So, yeah, not a good day at the office for Angel Reese. The Rose did win though, which is all that matters. But like, I think it's got to the stage now for the Rose where, even though, look, I don't think in the first two games Angel Reese was that bad. I don't think she was brilliant, but it's now got to the stage where you have to play as her. You have to.
Angel Reese was expected to take center stage in the unrivaled league, stepping up as the star while Caitlin Clark was away. But after her highly anticipated debut, it's clear what fans were really excited about: Caitlin Clark. Without her, the league's flaws are hard to ignore.
With Lisa, like, I would love to see her break down a player's game and say, this person should work on this. If this person could perfect the mid-range, that would take their game to the next level. If this person had a better left hand, if this person utilized their drop step more to the basket and was able to finish at the rim, if she says those things, like, those hold a lot of weight because they're coming from such an incredible player that is Lisa Leslie. So
the unrivaled league was promoted as the future of women's basketball, aiming to take the game to the next level. With Caitlin Clark sitting out, all eyes turned to Angel Reese, one of the standout rookies from the 2024 class, to step up. But Reese's debut didn't live up to the hype, leaving fans disappointed. It's becoming more obvious that Caitlin Clark was the true source of all the excitement.
That being said, I think that around 300,000 views is pretty good for opening weekend. For what Unrivaled is, it is a 3v3 league. It is something for these women to do during the off season. And I didn't know. I didn't have expectations for what the numbers would look like, but I feel like seeing those, I feel like those are pretty good numbers. Now, are those numbers good enough to make this league a sustainable league year after year? That I'm not sure of. That's up to the investors. That's up to the television network.
Angel Reese's debut for Rose Basketball Club wasn't terrible, but let's be honest, it was underwhelming. She did manage a double-double with 10 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists. She shot 3 of 7 from the field and nailed all her free throws, but it wasn't the kind of standout performance fans were expecting from a supposed rising star.
She was working on a shoot-around this morning. A power dribble by Reese. Couldn't finish high off the glass. Shaves out space. Angel Reese on the putback.
4. Meanwhile, Rose Basketball Club couldn't seal the deal, falling 79-73 to Vinyl Basketball Club. The main issue? Their inability to stop Ryan Howard, who put on a show with 33 points, including 6 effortless three-pointers. While Reese posted decent stats, she was completely overshadowed by Howard's dominance and the clutch performances from Derek Ahami and Aura Ul. Now, let's address the obvious: Caitlin Clark's absence. Fans were buzzing about the 2024 rookie class, but let's be real, that excitement revolved entirely around Clark. Banstu and Nafisa Clyer teased a mystery wild card for weeks, because they were working on a deal to bring Clark into the league sooner. Without her, the unrivaled league feels empty. Angel Reese may have been next in line, but her debut showed she doesn't have the same ability to captivate fans or lift her team the way Clark can. There's a big difference between being good and being great, and Caitlin Clark is great. She can take over a game, make the impossible look effortless, and have fans on their feet with her jaw-dropping plays. Angel Reese, on the other hand, had a tough time standing out in her debut. Her stats were solid, but they didn't scream superstar. Instead, it felt more like padding the box score with
on this court. Like I talked about in other videos, I thought that the biggest obstacle for Unrivaled that they would need to overcome for this season was the actual product on the court, because 3v3 does not always translate to a television audience. I thought the full court format was really fun. I thought for the most part in most of these games.
When Caitlin Clark opted out, the league lost its biggest attraction, and Angel Reese hasn't been able to fill that void. The stats speak for themselves. Rose Basketball Club shot well, 44.7% from the field and 37.5% from 3, but they couldn't contain Vinyl Basketball Club's firepower. Ryan Howard stole the spotlight, once again proving that the league's most thrilling moments come from seasoned stars, not rookies struggling to keep up. Fans aren't just disappointed, they're frustrated. Many feel the Unrivaled League is a missed opportunity. It was meant to showcase the best of the best, but instead, it's starting to look like a
Angel Reese, 2 of 6 from the field. She had as many fouls as points. 3 turnovers to 1 assist. Look, it's not ideal. I don't think in general, like, I don't think Angel Reese been bad on Rivals. She was so bad.
One fan summed it up on Twitter, *, without Caitlin Clark, the Unrivaled League is just unwatchable. Angel Reese is trying, but she's no Clark. *, another added, *, the hype died the second Clark pulled out. Angel Reese can't carry this league, and it shows. *, Reese will have another chance to prove herself in the next game, but the big question is, can she rise to the occasion and become the star the league desperately needs? Fans will be watching closely, and the pressure is mounting. If Reese doesn't deliver, the league risks losing even more momentum. With players like Ryan Howard and Derek Ahami dominating the spotlight, Reese needs to find a way to...
Is that the Rose and Lunar Owls game had 89,000 people. There were less than 100,000 people watching this game.
Angel Reese's debut was a clear reminder of how much the Unrivaled League misses Caitlin Clark. Reese has talent, but she lacks the star power to carry the league. Fans were hoping for Clark, and without her, the league feels unfinished and lacking its spark.
I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now. It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy has been here before, obviously, but there are so many great players in this league that have deserved this for a really, really long time, and luckily, it's coming.
Angel Reese had the perfect chance to take over the Unrivaled League and show that the hype surrounding her was justified. Instead, we got excuses and finger-pointing, highlighting exactly why Caitlin Clark is still the gold standard in women's basketball.
Another nice lead. Gray preserves the possession. Fights Chelsea Gray for 3. 8 split blocked early. Here in Reese.
Angel Reese was expected to step up and lead the Unrivaled League in Caitlin Clark's absence, given the league's top-notch facilities and generous funding. Reese herself has praised the support the league provides, from massages and cold tubs to hair and makeup services, daycare, and even equity in the league. Yet, despite all these advantages, her performances and failure to generate the same excitement as Clark have left fans disappointed. Instead of taking responsibility for her underwhelming debut, Reese has started shifting the blame. She's called out the WNBA's travel policies and compared the less glamorous facilities to the luxury LSU provided, like charter jets and high-end amenities. But here's the truth, blaming the system doesn't change the fact that Reese's debut was lackluster. Yes, she posted a solid double-double with 10 points and 12 rebounds, but it wasn't the superstar performance fans were hoping for. To make matters worse, her team couldn't stop Ryan Howard.
In her pocket, this time with Sarah, it's Lloyd with the rejection. Vandersloot with the hands for Rose. Stevens knows it. Stewart, short rims the 3.
Here's the kicker. Caitlin Clark didn't even need to be here to dominate the conversation. She opted out, giving rookies like Reese a chance to shine, yet instead of stepping up, Reese faltered. Fans are left wondering, if Clark had taken the millions Unrivaled offered her, could the league even keep up with her impact? Clark's absence was a gracious move, allowing others to grow and prove themselves. But Reese's failure to seize the moment only highlights that the 2024 rookie class was all about Clark. Without her, the league is struggling to find its spark. Unrivaled spared no expense in building a league that caters to its players' every need, with $35 million in funding, world-class facilities, and 850 fans courtside. It's clear they've gone all in on player experience. Reese herself admitted, "Everything I need is here, from massages to cold tubs, to resources for workouts and everything. I would stay here forever." But despite all that, the question remains, where's the star power?
Knows it and hits. Has her head on a swivel. Hall has a shield. Fires. Got it.
I think very crisp and also figuring out exactly where to get their shots from.
D again. 13 points on 5 of 6 shooting.
Even with all these advantages, Reese hasn't been able to turn the hype into results. Imagine if Caitlin Clark had accepted their 6-figure offer. She could have not only elevated her own game, but also brought more attention to the league. Instead, she stepped back and let others take the spotlight, yet the league still can't shake her.
Because you don't run before you can walk. And if I'm Angel Reese's trainer, I'm working on the little things. Because she's not shown that she's gotten that much better at the little things. Her handle is improved, yes. Her footwork is improved. Mostly on the perimeter, her post footwork hasn't really gotten better. Like, every coach, the coaches currently working with Angel Reese are trying to get her to run before.
Reese's comments about the gap between WNBA and unrivaled facilities aren't without merit. The WNBA's lack of charter flights and limited resources have been hot topics, with players like Nika Ajim celebrating the introduction of charter travel for the 2024 season. But let's not forget, Caitlin Clark didn't have those luxuries during her Rookie of the Year campaign with the Indiana Fever, where she earned just over $76,000. Yet, she still managed to dominate the headlines and build a fanbase that's now, well, unrivaled. The difference? Clark doesn't make excuses, she lets her game speak for itself. Reese had the perfect opportunity to prove she's ready to be Clark's rival. The Unrivaled League's 9-week format, with TNT Sports backing and a solid playoff structure, is built to highlight star players. But despite the exposure and support, Reese hasn't been able to generate the same excitement.
Tapped out by Words at 3. Book it! 7 offensive line in the half. Hall spins. Saturday night, a beautiful day. It's been cold here. Of its first win, same for Rose.
Now Lloyd.